Welcome back to another episode of It's All Clutter. I'm Jess Marcy. I am a clutter coach, and I am so happy that you are here today to learn another strategy, simple strategy to help you tackle all of the clutter in your life. When I launched my first boot camp in February of 2020, I had a woman reach out to me and say, "Hey Jess, I have physical limitations and it makes it difficult for me to declutter for long periods of time. I've experienced failure using other decluttering programs and I'm wondering if your program is going to work for me. If not, I don't want to waste my time or your time getting invested in something that is not going to be effective." So of course I responded and said, "Everything that I teach is completely scalable and I will help you figure out how to make this work for you. Please do boot camp. It's going to change your life." The woman who reached out to me was Aimee. Aimee not only was able to declutter her entire condo by herself, but she now is one of my clutter coaches. She's gone through the entire professional organizing training with me. And I am so excited to share with you the strategy that she came up with based on my methodology that worked so well for her. And that could be the thing that works really well for you. We call it Aimee's List. Aimee's List is a simple strategy of breaking down everything that you have to do into small, manageable chunks. I'm not going to go into great detail explaining it. I'm going to let Aimee explain it to you in her own words.
How did I get myself from being bedbound all those years to getting up and back into a wheelchair and then back up on crutches? And it was something my therapist had told me. And she was like, you have to pace yourself. You have to figure out what works for you and not overdo it in any kind of way. And what we had found worked for me was at the very beginning was doing one day doing stuff and one day like taking it completely easy. And I applied those principles to decluttering. And what I realized was I needed to do that with the list. So I realized, okay, for me, and it's going to be different for each one of you, I needed to figure out not only what the task was, but what a time was that I could find completely achievable for me. So, for me, again, my ideal and my goal was not to be hurt. For you, it may be not to be overwhelmed or to achieve that amount of decluttering every day. You need to figure out for you what your goal is. If it's to achieve a certain amount of time of decluttering every day or a certain, you need to figure out for you exactly what that task is. For me, it was to stay healthy more than anything else while still moving forward every day. I didn't care how long it took. The time, the big time picture wasn't the object for me. It was just continuous progress every single day, but still progress. Yet, Jess's progress, not perfection. That was like a huge, bright spot in my head, because I knew that, in my condition, that was huge to me, hearing somebody say it didn't have to be perfect, it just had to be done. That was oh my God, that was so different than my mom's, it had to be precision, it had to be perfect. So I was okay, I think this is really achievable. So what I did was I broke my list down even further. And instead of it being a dresser, it became 6 dresser drawers. Every dresser got broken down into the smallest detail. So if it was a dresser, it became, each drawer became one project. And my time limit became 15 to 20 minutes, 20-minute blocks, because I knew that was about the most I could do without starting to feel that like, or any kind of pain. If I wanted to do the 15 to 20 minutes and then sit down, have something to eat, have something to drink, rest, and then try to do something more again later that day, I could figure that out later. But if I got nothing more than one thing crossed off that list every single day, that was going to be a huge win. But I got to tell you, most days I did get more than one thing crossed off that list, because it was just, it was startling. Also, when you're blocking things into smaller projects, always overestimate how much time you're going to need to complete each thing, because decluttering always takes longer than you think it's going to. If you think one drawer is going to take 10 minutes to do, put down 20, because it always takes longer. And if it doesn't, you're going to be ahead of the game, not behind. Then you're not going to kick yourself when you're in a place behind where you think you're going to be. If you're ahead of where you think you're going to be, you're going to be so happy and thrilled. So if your list is longer at the beginning and you're ahead of where you think you're going to be in a month, that's going to emotionally, mindset-wise, make you really happy. If you make a list and in a month, you're like hardly anywhere on that list because it took you double the amount of time, you're going to kick yourself and be like, this stinks, this really sucks. So definitely overestimate. If you're wrong, again, you'll be thrilled that you're, and like I said at the beginning, this list should be a living, breathing thing. Every night before bed, just like when I wrote it, I went back to it. I crossed off what I did that day. I always called it like a to-do and a ta-da. Anything that was done that day, it was like, yes. It was more like, yes, it's gone. And I scribbled it out. And if you find you're starting, like your blocks of time need to be readjusted, or your projects are too big or too small, readjust it, redo it. At the beginning, you're kind of taking a bit of a shot in the dark. So this is something that think of it as like a tool to help you, not as something to encumber you. You know what I'm saying? And if anybody heard my goal lesson, it's the same kind of thing. Use it as a tool. And if you need to tweak it as you go, tweak it as you go. I tweaked mine constantly. If you want to color code it, if that's your thing, if that will make you more motivated or happy, color coded by room, color coded by month, do that. If that's going to make it feel like more of a thing, Write it in pencil. Do whatever you need to do. Make it fun for you. Do whatever you need to do for you. Another thing this helps with is it cuts out the decision fatigue, because you have a whole list of everything. And I didn't just do it for my bedroom. I went back and did it for my entire apartment. So it was like maybe an 8-page list, and it had like every little tiny thing that needed to be decluttered on it. And yes, it was long. And at the beginning, yes, it seemed overwhelming. But I woke up every morning and I knew exactly what I was going to do, what needed to be done. I knew it was only going to take a little tiny block of my time, and the rest of my day was my day, unless I wanted to go back and do another one. I didn't have to say, what am I going to do today? Where am I going to start today? Where am I going to go today? Because it was all right on the list. And I just kept going to the next item. Except if something like, if I got to like my master closet, it's like that I saved for last. So I kept putting that off because I knew that was going to be a huge, big thing. I'll get back to that in a second, like how to block time for something big. But with the decision fatigue, it takes away all of that real thing of like, all of those extra decisions, and frees up all that power to actually make those decisions for your decluttering. Also, going backwards, for something big like a linen closet or a bedroom closet, how I did that was I kind of estimated, and I blocked out like 20 or 30, 20 to 50, 20 or 30, 15 to 20 minute blocks of time, and just chipped away day by day at something big like that. And, if it took 15 days, or if I would do two, like if I did a half hour, I would consider that two of my two 15 to 20 minute blocks. And again, once the more you start doing it, the more you do it, the better. I think anybody that has been decluttering for a while, the more you do it, the easier decisions get. So when you leave something like a master closet, or any of the harder decisions for later, they do get easier. So that's the basics of how and why I created an Aimee list.
As you can see, Aimee's list is a really simple strategy that you can implement in your life today. Join us for the next 2 episodes. I go over how you can take Aimee's list and combine it with other strategies to make another effective, fun way for you to tackle your clutter. I will see you then.